Welcome back, Bachelor Nation, to another episode of Take 10 with Shane and Michelle. And we are here, Shane. It is week 4 of the Golden Bachelorette and Joan's journey to find love.
Oh my goodness. These guys are just so sweet. I can't tell you how many times I cried on this one. This one, it was like, oh my gosh.
This one was emotional for sure. Lots of things that would get people. There were a lot of things to cry over, that's for sure.
Definitely. So let's start with, we had 2 one-on-ones and the group date.
Yes, but before we get there, can I tell you, because I took some notes.
Oh, you did?
How ABC teases it.
Oh,
in that beginning, when they were showing the Chock, like doing a foreshadowing of what was going to happen with Chock, and Charles doing his martial arts, and everyone teaching Pascal how to do his laundry.
I loved it.
It was just, oh, they got us going for sure. But yes, so 1 group date and 2 one-on-ones. Where should we start?
Well, let's start with the first one-on-one. Let's go in order. So,
okay.
Did they know? Well,
they did the group date first. They did on this one, rather than in between. But hey, plug for last week's episode when you and I were together in Ohio, and
that was fun.
We talked about the Chippendales, like it was following the Bachelor/Bachelorette script to a T.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. But this one had a little twist because it was for the cancer awareness. So that was the twist, because all of them were like, ooh, what are we doing? But because they were all affected in some way, almost a little bit by cancer, wives and husbands, they like, okay, let's go, let's get this on. So that was, that was different than the Bachelor or the Bachelorette.
Right. So and they knew it was near and dear to Joan's heart because her husband lost he had a battle with cancer, lost his life to pancreatic cancer. Yeah. So that was very important to Joan.
I thought it was, they had the regulars come out, and then they had the older gentlemen come out, and still they still didn't look too old. I don't know how old they were, but I
was thinking the same thing. I'm like, okay, these are the golden Chippendales. All right.
Yeah, I loved it. The gold. But then they had to go back and put on their outfits.
Yes.
That's what I love.
Who stood out to you? Who stood out to you in that one?
Well, obviously the gold ringer there at the end, like Jonathan, like he just all holds bars.
Hey,
but I love
he could rock a golden Speedo, that's for sure.
But I also love the professor. Gary was so cute in his little professor outfit.
Yes.
And then Chock in his cowboy, and he ended up in the tuxedo, just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who stood out to you?
Chock looked good, actually. I wrote that down. Chock looked good. Same ones. Pascal was showing off his 6-pack. He was all proud of that, which was fun. I think they really embraced it. I mean, Chock got right up to her. He went for it.
He did. And who was it that said it was their dream to be a Chippendales? Was it?
Oh, Keith.
Keith.
Yeah, he is so funny. I really like him. Keith, as you guys recall, ended up with the first impression rose from week 1. He's called the girl dad. That was his profession that they keep putting up.
And I was wondering after this episode if he was going to get a rose or not, because he got a little fumbly with the tongue there.
He got fumbly with a little one-on-one time with her. So no, great. It was all in good fun. The guys had a great time. Even Charles, right? Charles.
Oh my gosh.
God loved Charles, and he was great.
And I really want an interview with Charles, because he has opened up so much as a person in this. Yes. And I think, and I think that's what a lot of them That's what I've been getting anyway. These Golden Bachelors are different than the younger kids. I mean, these are like opening their lives back up, even
Yes.
though they're not winning. They are just finding so much more about themselves and what they can do in the
Right.
golden years.
Oh yeah, it has been so heartfelt, and I have really enjoyed that. And Chalk ended up getting the rose from the group date, so he got the rose for the
He did.
best Chippendale performance or whatever criteria Joan was using. We have no idea.
And
All
then we
right.
had the 2 one-on-ones.
We did. We had the 2 one-on-ones, but we did have a little bit of drama in between the first
Ooh,
one-on-one.
we
Yeah.
did. And it's isn't it was a flashback for Joan because she had the same thing happen to her,
Yes.
when
Yep.
she's getting ready to go in to go on her one-on-one, and Chock came out and um you didn't you and that was a good teaser too. They didn't let you know what was going to happen.
No,
And
no.
I will tell you, I was shocked. Like, I really was. So once they got the one-on-one date on, and then she got done, I was shocked that he came back.
Oh, so yeah, so just to back up a little bit, what we're
Yeah,
talking about is Chalk's mother passed away.
she did.
So he told Joan that he had to leave and take care of her. And we know Joan left to take care of her daughter after she had a baby. So, I mean, ironically, very similar situations. And
And we
it was,
know that
yeah,
she's got a very strong connection with him. So that's what I was like,
I
oh
know.
no.
I'm
Oh
like,
no.
no, you better be back. I
Well,
kept thinking, yeah, because that was not fair to either one of them at that point.
yeah,
Um, because he kept saying that, she really liked him. He was crazy about her. The feeling was mutual. And I'm like, oh no, 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 no.
So that kind of happened
Yeah.
as she was coming back to the first one-on-one date, which was with,
Jordan.
yes,
Yeah.
and she hadn't
Jordan.
had time with, and I was
Yeah,
wondering.
Jordan. Yeah, Jordan is a divorced. I don't remember what he does, what his
What his MO
occupation
was.
is. I don't remember that, but I do remember they went ice skating, and all he kept saying when they were getting close, he's like, "Oh, please don't let it be ice skating. Please don't let it be ice skating. I don't know how to ice
Exactly.
skate." And
I
yeah.
I was thinking that he is a senior sales executive, and he's 61 from Chicago.
Oh, so same age as Joan. Joan's 61
Yes,
as well. So
yes, but he hadn't
yeah,
really had a lot of time until
not
this, but
much. Not much airtime at all. Nice connection between
yeah,
the two of
REO
them. They had a
Speedwagon came out and
yeah,
sang, and
yeah. They did. They had some kissing.
they
I mean,
did,
and
they
you know
did.
what was just so because Joan, this is the thing that I have a hard time wrapping my head around is if I was a contestant, is that she had just such that connection and all of that time with Chalk and kissing, with him, and then moving on to Jordan, and she must have been thinking about Chalk too,
Well,
but
and
yeah,
she said that. She's like, "Now
yeah,
I have to go on this date and
I know.
focus on."
I know. And she did. I give it up to her. She was very focused on Jordan. They
She
had
did.
a lovely date. She gave him a rose.
That's what I was gonna say, and he got a
He
rose.
got a rose.
So
So that was good.
that was good. So then our next one-on-one date,
Guy, the ER doctor from like Massachusetts, maybe, or something like that, if I'm recalling that correctly.
and that was an interesting, fun date with just cooking at the house.
Yes.
Obviously, she's running was absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if that's her house, but
No, it's not. I had to look it up.
Ooh.
It's not. It's what they're renting for her because the guys are staying in the mansion. Joan is not. So
No.
Joan is in a separate location, and this is what they rented for her. So gorgeous, gorgeous setting.
Oh,
She
what a
loves to
fun
cook.
date though. That
Well,
would
she
I
loves
think
to
that
cook.
would and
Yeah.
and as being a doctor, he didn't cook very much either.
Oh, he didn't cook at all.
No,
He didn't know what he was doing. And she was
no,
like, you can't chop vegetables, yet you can like be a doctor. She was questioning that.
she was.
Yeah.
Well, let me put you over here on this side. The lemon zesting was not going very well.
Right.
Who cannot lemon zest? Okay, I'm just
Apparently
saying.
Guy can't.
I'm just saying. So that
Yeah.
was kind of funny. But they seem to have a pretty good connection. I mean,
I think they had a nice connection. She actually made a statement. I wrote it down. after the one-on-one date with him, kind of wrapping things up, she goes, I can actually imagine a future with multiple men.
So,
So,
and
yeah.
we all question how that is possible, but I can get it. Now, the one thing too, when he got a rose, obviously he did get a rose. So when you go back to the mansion and she's getting ready to go to the rose ceremony, who comes rolling down the driveway but Chock? I
That's
was
right.
just my mouth dropped, and then
Yeah.
I started crying again. Like when he left, I cried.
Yeah.
When he came back, I cried. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
He came back in all his glory. She was thrilled. He was thrilled. Hey, they didn't. All these men are supporting each other, but there had to be, Shane. There had to be this twinge in some of them, like, because I think he is positioning himself as a front runner, and I think the other guys in the house know it.
Yeah.
So they had to
Yeah.
be like, oh, he's back. Not
He's
from a they
back.
don't like him, but it's more competition for them.
But
So
on
yeah,
the other side too, you don't want like what if it was him? Do you know what I mean? I think on the other side too, what if he didn't come back and what if none of them got chosen and it was him? You know what I mean? So I think
exactly.
that too,
Exactly.
you
That's
have to
right.
yeah, you have to think about that as well. And but I will have to say, they gave, I think obviously they gave them some time to have some conversations on this one. And the one that stuck out to me was Jonathan when he sat down and was like, okay, so how's your morning go? Let's see if our flow of our mornings go together. You know what I mean? And they talked about what he did and
Oh,
what
that's
she and
right.
like
That's
he does
right.
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is key. Like he was
Yes.
trying to get down into the details of things. And so I think they are having some good conversations with that because you got to make sure I mean, it's a
Yeah.
goal. Like you're kind of set in your ways. So you do kind of
Oh,
want to
for
make sure
sure.
that
Your
those
habits, your
mesh in.
routines.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So
No,
I
I
think
thought that was great. And
did
then
anybody
Mark.
stick out to you
What's that?
did
Mark.
anybody stick out to you?
Well, Mark. And
Mark?
so I kept thinking, I thought Mark was going to get the one-on-one date this past week. I really did. And I thought, okay, what is happening here? Now he gave her a fire truck so she could remember his
Oh,
Chippendale,
his little
his
dance.
Chippendale
Yeah.
like little dance. And so I think Mark is getting a one-on-one date this episode. I really do.
Well, yeah, he hasn't had it, and
He is not.
she needs to figure out if there is or isn't something there.
I don't know. I thought there was, but then when they don't spend time together. So I am thinking Mark and well, it'll have to be Mark and Keith. That's it.
Yeah.
No,
I was
everybody
so
else.
after
Yeah,
Keith's little tongue flub there, I was
yeah.
surprised she kept him because so she
Let's
must
talk about that. Let's talk about who she didn't keep. Who went
okay.
home, Shade?
So Gary, Tina
Oh,
Turner's, I
Gary, we
loved
love
him.
him. And she told him, she told two of the men of the four
That's
that she let go that she loved them.
yes, she did.
Yeah, and
And
Gary
a
was
different kind
one.
of love, but it's
Well,
all the
yeah, of
same.
course, of
Yeah.
course. But Gary was one, and Gary's making the rounds right
Charles.
now. Have you seen Gary out and about? He's at Dancing with the Stars live. He's going around doing all kinds of things. So he's just a ton of fun.
Charles, our sweet
Our
Charles, who has
Charles,
opened
we
up.
knew this was the week.
Yes,
We
I
knew
mean,
it
as much as
was.
you love them, I didn't see them together, but
Yes,
again, sweet soul, and that was so good. And then who else did we lose? We lost
Dan.
Dan, the Naples guy from
Yes,
Naples.
yes.
And there was one more.
Yes, we lost Gil.
Gil, yes, yes,
I
yes.
thought Gil had I referenced that when we did our thing outside last week. I said I had referenced Gil in some sort of scandal that had emerged. Gil was low key in this episode.
He was
So
definitely low key. Yes.
yes, I am thinking that there may have been something
Okay, so
there.
let's rehash who we have then. Okay, so we have Mark, we have Pascal, we have Keith, we have Jonathan, we have Chock, we have Guy, and who's the last one? I'm missing one.
Oh, sorry, I was looking for something.
We have there's 8. Yep. Who's the first one on one again that went ice skating?
Jordan.
Jordan. So those are our guys.
Yes, yes. Okay. Well, I was looking for something and I don't know why I didn't, because I've got way too many messages, but I took a screenshot of something that Charles said. I found it.
What?
And everybody, just so you know, the caption and the exact quote comes with a picture. And right here, you guys are going to see it as I tell you what he said. And this is when I read this, Shane. I cried post the episode. You ready?
I'm ready.
Issue. It is a beautiful picture of he and Joan together. This is obviously he's already been dismissed and they took pictures after, you know, all that stuff.
I talk about that in a second too.
I came in and arrived at the mansion with sadness. I missed my wife. After several weeks here at the mansion, it really helped me pull myself out from the hardship that I experienced. The remaining friends, we bonded together. We opened our hearts. We helped each other. They are all gorgeous people. It was a successful journey for me, hanging out with my friends. It's a different form of love. I did find it.
I did see that. I know. And that's what I was going to talk about, is all those guys who left, they went out afterward and supported each other.
They did.
When they left. Yeah. So nobody really left alone.
No. No, nobody. Oh, and it was so. Dan's like, I live alone, and I'm just going to miss being in this bachelor pad with everybody.
I completely get that too. Like,
yes,
we know individuals that have lost their spouses. That's hard,
right?
To go back. So
right. So yeah, it was.
But that's what I also liked, is at the end when each one of them left and they were out there telling their stories. Everybody come out and hugged on them.
I know. So it was great. We have 8 men standing from the 22 or 24 that started. I can't remember how many started now.
Top 3. Who's your top 3?
Okay. All right. My top 3. Chock.
Yep.
Guy.
Mm.
And Jordan.
Ooh, okay. Well, I do like Chock. I'm liking Jonathan. Remember, I've said that Jonathan from the very beginning. And I don't know. Guy was good. I'm gonna go out there and say Mark. She hasn't had a one-on-one yet.
I want to say him.
I know.
You and I said week 2, we think he's a plant. We said week 2.
That could be. But he also, remember, he did have the call with the kids. And remember, Joey and Kelsey gave him some, some tidbits and said, you know what? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
So again, we haven't really seen that yet, but I do like Pascal too. He's still pulling at my heartstrings.
You know what? I'm on the fence. I think Pascal will get it before Mark will. And I don't know why. I reserve the right to change my opinion after the one-on-ones next week.
Okay. All right. Well,
we know who that's with, right? It's with Mark and it's with Keith.
It's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that'll be interesting. I don't remember any of the preview. I may have turned it off at that point. I didn't pay attention to what, how they tease out Wednesday's episode.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I think it was, it's been great. Now, how many hometowns do they do?
Okay. Well, it depends. It has been 2, 3, or 4. So I think the last time,
Golden Bachelor did 3, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They did Leslie, they did Teresa, and they did Faith.
Yes.
There weren't 4. I bet they follow the same pattern, the Golden Bachelor. I bet you they do 3 hometowns.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, it's been fun. It's this one, I kid you not, I think I cried like 3 times. Like it was.
I was so. When did I say I watched it? I don't remember when I think I tried to watch it the next day. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Shane and I, as everybody knows, have been on planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh my gosh, hurricanes, and
when we,
oh my
hurricane and a hurricane mixed in between all this.
Yeah, holy mackerel.
So it has been kind of crazy, but yeah, Shane, week 5 coming up Wednesday. I don't know when I'll watch it. I don't know. I don't know if I won't watch it real time.
I should be able to see it real time. So
I won't be able to. I know that for sure. I won't be able to watch it real time for Wednesday. But yeah, it was
all right.
great.
Well, I thought it was a great one. I mean, it was.
Did anyone else think it was great? Please comment, share, like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. We're working on that, and we want to bring you more fun content. Y'all know how I felt about the regular Bachelorette, right? We didn't even finish it. The world didn't. The world didn't want us to finish it. I can tell you that right now, because we would have had, you know, strong opinions. So yeah, Shane,
these are good though. So let's we'll round this one out.
All right, we're here for it. We'll follow week to week. We'll see what happens.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, everybody. So Shane, let's wrap. I think that's a wrap on week 5, Golden Bachelorette.
It was a good one. Chippendales, dancers, and all. It was a good one. So, hey, go out and look at additional of our. We got plenty of travel and exciting videos out there. We're looking for 200 more subscribers. Share with us. So make all your moments magical, Michelle.
Yeah, and Bachelor Nation and beyond. Until next week, everybody. Take care.
Take 10, guys. Bye-bye.